Hi, everybody. I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi coming to you live from where I am right now, an undisclosed location on vacation. But good to see you all. We're getting and talking about U.S. immigration law, what we always talk about here every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. I love talking for educational purposes about how U.S. immigration law works and generally answering your questions here for educational purposes, all the confusing stuff that's happening. We had a technical mishap. Might lost live people on the YouTube page, but it's okay. Just check back in. Hopefully, you get the message. We got comments and questions popping up right now. Before we start, I want to remind everybody that if you have, if you like to have a private video consultation, usually there's a fee, it's a full consultation. But for those watching the live show, we do provide free consultations. We give away 3 15-minute video consultations to those watching the live show. All you got to do is like and subscribe and write consultation in the comment part, and my wonderful assistant Katrina every 10 minutes for this 30-minute show will name off somebody, and that person or persons and their family or whoever is part of the group could have a consultation and talk about their individual case. We're here for you. Also, if you're interested in learning about marriage immigration, fiance visas, download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide. That's marriageimmigrationlaw.com. That's the website, www.marriageimmigrationlaw.com. And then we could take it from there. Having said that, let's get the show started. All right, everybody. So good to see you. First question, Mo says, hi, John. Well, hi, Mo. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Bassam Ahmed says, hi as well. Good to see you. Thank you, everybody, for coming on. Bad Shaking asks, I have a misdemeanor. Can my VAWA still be approved? Just telling me you have a misdemeanor is not enough. That's more complex kind of situation. We got to see what the misdemeanor is, what the legal statute that you're convicted under was, what the court record was, what the police record was, and see what exactly happened. Some misdemeanors are really bad. You can't get. A few of them are. Most of them are okay. But just by telling you a misdemeanor doesn't help. Each state classifies misdemeanors differently, and it's done differently. Sorry, somehow automatically the the blind next to me turned. Let me turn on some light. This technology right here. Where is the light for it? Just give me a second. I'll be right back. On the live stream, people can't see me. I'll be right back. All right. So much for technology. We have all this online technology, but then the current technology just all of a sudden closes out funny. But the light is coming back. So what I was talking about these misdemeanors, yeah, we can't tell you because I don't know the rules. I don't know the rules in this jurisdiction where you're arrested at and convicted under. Without studying that, I can't give a good answer. But thank you for your question. The Great Invisible asks, hi, John. Is it okay to leave my employer who sponsored my green card because he is not paying the prevailing wage? Well, I mean, that's really complicated right there. There is a requirement that when you get a green card based on work, and the employer is supposed to pay you a prevailing wage. And if they're not doing that, there's an issue of whether they could have done that initially so the paperwork's correct. So if you leave, it becomes a problem. This is too case specific, so I can't advise you individually on what to do about this. Most likely it is okay to leave. And even if they weren't paying the wage, if you don't want to work with them, it's probably okay to leave. But it's too case specific to be able to advise here because there's a lot of private information we need to talk about and stuff that's not appropriate for a public session like this. You MS Nada asked, 6 months since I went for my interview, still no green card. Yeah, fortunately, these things take a while sometimes. If you really want to push it, you could try filing a lawsuit. I'm not saying do a lawsuit, but learn about filing lawsuits for adjudication delays and do it. If you're interested in having a consultation with an attorney about that, email the office. We are doing lawsuits now. info@jqqlaw.com is the email. But a lot of times with 6 months having on nothing's happened, then you do a lawsuit. I got a couple questions right now that popped up on Instagram. Let me start from the beginning to get back. Hopefully those people didn't leave. Let's see. So much harder to find questions on Instagram. Dita asks, hi, can I renew my ID with an EAD receipt notice? Renewing your identification is something that's done with your state, usually your Department of Motor Vehicle. It's up to them what they accept. Probably not, but I've seen all sorts of mishandling of the regulations with the DMV. So when they say, can I do it? It's not up to me. That's a DMV thing, and just go and see what they say, but not really Usually you need the actual document. Sharma asks, is it a good idea to expedite the asylum case for Venezuelans? It's not a good or bad idea. It's what you want to do, and if you can get that done. Uh, Kokabi says, my wife's I-90 has been pending since last year. What can we do? Unfortunately, green card renewals, I-90s, or in this case where the government, I know this case where the government lost the green card and now they force you to get a new one. They take over a year nowadays. It's got out of control. It's gotten so bad that the government expects it to take this long that they've extended how long the green card pending is. I think for almost 2 years. They just recently extended the I-90 automatic extension they give. So if you really want to push the issue, again, you've got to file a lawsuit when these kind of delays. It's going to cost thousands of dollars, but that's as much as you can do because USCIS is just slowed down and they don't care really. That's just the awful aspects of it. If you do need to travel in the meantime, you could book what's called an info pass appointment to get a green card stamp in your passport, in your wife's passport. And in that case, the green card stamps the passport. You call them, get an appointment. You go down there, show proof that you have a green card renewal or new one pending, explain what happened. And they'll put a stamp in your passport that says you have a green card for a certain amount of time. Usually it's like 6 months. Sometimes you give 3 months, sometimes 9 months, a year to cover any travel needs or anything that you have. It's a big headache to do, and they've made it really difficult to get a hold of somebody to do this, but that's what you may have to do. So go and check that out. But other than that, filing a lawsuit, but a lawsuit is going to cost at least $4,000 or $5,000. I'm not sure if you want to pay that. So the other thing is just get an info pass appointment and wait, and make sure the address is correct on where it's going, all that kind of stuff, so it doesn't get lost. John Zari asks, can you tell us about the lottery visa? Well, my associate Anya and I did a really detailed 1-hour video on the green card lottery. Go to the YouTube page for U.S. Immigration Talk or JQK Law. You can search both of those, and Diversity Visa Lottery. It's a 1-hour video. It breaks down every aspect of the green card lottery program. It's the best one out there. So the short of the green card lottery program is every year there's 50,000 visas that they'll give away for green cards. And they randomly pick people from that, put their hat in the ring who join the lottery, who are from countries that have lower immigration to the United States. So, Pakistan, India, China, Canada, these countries have a lot of individuals who move to the United States, immigrate, so they can't participate in this program. But for everyone else, they could join it. And if they win, they potentially get a green card. But there's just so much to talk about. Definitely go and check out that YouTube video that we have that breaks everything down. Rustam asks, pending I-485 based on asylum for 2 years, is it okay to file mandamus now, or should I wait more applications NBC? It's not okay or not. We need to see your case first. If you have a good case, we don't want to file a lawsuit for delay and you have a case that's deniable, like lead to deportation. So that's why I can't tell you if it's okay or not, because I don't know your case. But you should look into it. If you're frustrated and you want to get the green card, you want to be done with it, file a lawsuit, maybe they go. So email the office. Schedule a consultation, and we could talk about the details, see how that works. But these are delays we're seeing all across the board, and the lawsuit seems to be the way to fix them. Mohammed asks, how to show that the marriage is bona fide. We both live in 2 different countries, applied for a CR1, and have not any common loan or bank account. Well, that's fine. When you're doing a marriage case and you're trying to show what your relationship is about, it shows real. Sometimes you send no evidence, they still approve it. Somebody send a ton of evidence, they still question it. So, I've seen cases with nothing to still get approved. But just look at your life, analyze your life, and say, okay, how do we meet? Okay, we met this place, we went to this, this ticket together. Maybe you have a ticket. Maybe you have personal stories. You can write a personal statement. Maybe if you have family and friends, you can write personal statements. The guide we have, the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide, you go to marriageimmigrationlaw.com, has a lot of this spelled out right in there. So definitely check that out. But you have photos together, you have trips you may have taken together, you may have meant to, the traveling to this. There's just so much stuff when you look at your relationship, communication records, WhatsApp records. You might have bought gifts that you mailed her. You have those mail receipts maybe, or she has the envelopes she's kept. There's all sorts of stuff. What we do is we analyze, we spend time with our clients, we dig into a relationship to see how they got to where they are. And in that, we pick out stuff to show they're doing couples kind of stuff, and it's a real relationship. I do want to announce the winner of our free consultation, Mohammed Southern. You're the winner. Katrina, my wonderful assistant, just named you. So all you got to do is take a screenshot where you're watching this, so I know it's you, and email it to me. I have a lot of clients with the same name as you. So you're not my client because you're asking me this. It's just email me and let me know it's a raffle, and we'll take it from there. I'm going to jump to some Instagram questions, but for those joining the live show, we do give away free video consultations for those watching. All you got to do is like and subscribe and write consultation in the comment section. My wonderful assistant Katrina will name 2 more people for the remainder of the show. And if you're interested in learning about marriage green card cases, mom to yourself as well, down the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide, we go over the details of how adjustment of status works, how consular processing is, and how you prove your relationship is real, what kind of documents we use. Go to marriageimmigrationlaw.com. That's marriageimmigrationlaw.com. You can check it out over there. So Rayla asks, what is the InfoPass appointment? InfoPass appointment is the information appointment that you get with USCIS to do some sort of activity. They call it the InfoPass appointment. And that's cool for going to a USCIS location. That's if you're doing the immigration case in the United States with USCIS. So if you're doing a case at the embassy, it's not going to help you. But if you have a case pending with USCIS, you get an InfoPass appointment to do some sort of interaction with them if that's needed. Shima asks, while my fiance and I are waiting for a student visa for him, can I apply for a fiance visa for him as well? So there's a lot of issues involved in what you're saying. First of all, if you start a fiance visa now, it's going to take too long. Your student visa would be proven if it's provable before that. However, on the other end, if you have a student visa pending, there's a question that asks if you have a fiance visa in the United States. And if you answer no to that question, they can accuse you of fraud. And if you answered yes to that question, there's a higher chance that they're going to deny your case. So there's a lot going on there. You really should talk with an immigration lawyer, Shima, private about that. You can have some problems that you want to avoid, and just to do it right. Georgia asks, hi, it's been a year since I applied for my I-485 green card based on F2A, current migration to green card holder. Is it normal for a San Bernardino, California, or something wrong with our case to get lost? With immigration nowadays, a year is nothing. So it could just be pending a year. That's not abnormal at all. Khan asks, hi, I'm on an L1B visa. I'm from Malaysia. Is it possible to convert to L1B to a green card? It's possible. And I mean, it depends. That's a big conversation. So typically, if someone on the L visa goes to an EB1C, a multinational manager, but to be a multinational manager, you must have been L1A quality in your foreign country. If you have L1B here, you have to prove that you're actually L1A abroad, and you're going to continue doing L1A type stuff in the United States. That's one aspect of it. But you may have extraordinary ability. You may have work that's in the national interest. Your employer might just do a perm filing for you. You may invest and get a green card. You may get married. So you might file for asylum, then get a green card. You might have a VAWA claim in some way. You might have a U visa that leads to a green. There's just we got to see what's going on in your case. Is it possible? There's a lot of things in the world that's possible, but whether you could do it, well, it's something we have to analyze. Schedule consultation. We'll talk about it. Riley follows up. Do you help in getting police certificates in other countries? No, we give you that information on where you need to do to the extent that we have it. But then you got to do it on your own. Taking a lot of questions on Instagram. Let's go back to our regular questions. Miss Nada asks, how long does it take to get a green card after the interview? There's no fixed time of how long it takes. Badass thinks that's assault, second degree, fake complaint. I don't have answers to the general stuff like that. I can't help you with that. Maverick asks, will moving to a different state affect the pending I-751 and affect your slot on the USCIS list? It's possible. In case you get lost after you move, go to a new officer that has different priority, doesn't like it, anything's possible. Prefer people who don't move when they have an immigration case pending, but you got to live your life. Napal asks, hi, where are you located at? Well, my headquarters in Los Angeles, but we have associates in Virginia, in Orange County. So almost everything we do, our location does not matter. So it shouldn't matter where I'm located at all. Just email the office, info@jqqlaw.com, and briefly describe the immigration issue that you have. And if it's something, the kind of thing we handle, we could take it from there. But our location almost never matters from the cases that we handle. JC asks, do I need my passport for applying for my citizenship? You don't have to. I mean, they ask for your passport information. They want to see it. But I don't know what you should need. If you have it, bring it. If you don't have it, you lost it, then you lost it. Tell them you lost it. But, that's that. Let me jump to some questions on Instagram really quick. Ayat asks, hi, if I came on a K1 visa and the things did not work and get divorced and applied for asylum and right now want to get married, how that works? Well, there's an issue with K1 fiance visas, and that's if you enter with a fiance visa and you don't get the green card with that spouse, you can't get married to someone else and still get a green card on that same trip, unless the original person that was going to sponsor you, that if you married, they keep the I-64, the FA support alive, which rarely is the case because they probably don't like you at this point, frankly. So you got to leave. But at this point, you've probably overstayed your visa, which becomes a problem because then you have an overstay, which subjects you to a 3 to 10 year bar. Now, if you had an asylum case pending and you didn't become subject to a 3 or 10 year bar, this is more complicated legal stuff, then maybe you could do a long version consular processing. I'm sure I'm losing people on this. It's a super complex situation, Ayad. So you really should schedule a consultation, talk with some private about what's going on, see what we can do to help. You might need a waiver. You might have small exceptions to be able to get through marriage, but there's just so much going on there that this is just not the place to talk about it. It's better you talk with an immigration or private. But thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Con follows up. We had that question. How long to wait? There's no answer to that question. I try to call your office. I'm stuck. I need help. Well, email my office. If you call my office, you get a message that says, email us. We like to have everything in writing, so everything's on the record, and we have answers out on the record. And we save phone calls for our existing clients because we want to be there for them soon. But phone calls, we get just so many phone calls. Other people have answering services. I found they suck. I just want people to email us. So we have everything in writing, and that way we have documented communications. And Zia Fruz asks, hello, my interview is done, but they refused me because my sponsor is not good. So can you tell me how to update my sponsor and where I should upload your documents, sir? Thanks. I don't know what kind of case. If you have an affidavit support, if you have adjustment of status and they said no, you get an RFE that explains what to do. If you did consular processing, they give you a notice that explains what to do as well. That should be it. So that's all there. If you don't see it, then we got to schedule a consultation and figure it out and work with you on it. Because it's just all there. So I'm not sure how to explain it. They should have given me paperwork on all of that. And let's see. Kinsaniela, the last one on Instagram we're going to take right now. Can you get a green card on an F1 through marriage? F1 is a student visa. We get green cards on those all day, every day. That's our main kind of case we get. Once people are on student visas, my main office in Los Angeles next to USC, Pepperdine, UCLA, Loyola, dozens of other schools, medical schools, graduate schools. And a lot of times foreign students come, they fall in love with classmates, get married, and we do those cases all day. Sanella, all you got to do, to learn more about it, first of all, download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com and download that, learn about it, but then schedule a private consultation with our office. Again, we do these cases all the time. Okay, so let's go back to other questions. Bassam asks, what about the diversity visa lottery winner who did include children, spouse, initial DV lottery application? Can't you now apply for citizenship? Well, you're going to have some serious problems because if you do not list the people you're supposed to list in your green card lottery application and, you mistakenly get the case approved, later on citizenship, they can realize you made that error. And with the diversity visa lottery, the green card lottery, if you make these major errors, even they're factual, it seems like no big deal, but it is a big deal in the application, then your green card is improperly gained and they could take it away from you. They could try to remove you from the United States and take your green card away. So, Bassam, talk with immigration in private and tread wisely, tread carefully, because you can have some serious problems. Why would you not list them? I don't know. Navi says, I-130 is approved. I applied for adjustment of status in May 2022. How long will it take for my interview? There's no fixed time. It could take forever, or it can be really fast. I-24 has been filed for 2 months now. How long wait? Same question. I've had it approved in a week, and I've had them take a year. Curry says, my husband has 2 illegal entries. We are married, and I'm a U.S. citizen. We have a 20-year-old son. I'm sorry to hear that. Not the son, 20-year-old son part, but the 2 legal entries. Your husband may be subject to what's called the permanent bar. And if he is, fixing that's going to take over 10 to 15 years, probably 10 or 12, 13 years. You schedule a private consultation to talk about this. Not a good thing to just talk about in public. You need to talk to an attorney private about this. So, you schedule a time, info@jqqlaw.com is our email address. Mike asks, how long does it take to get advanced parole for asylum pending case? Can we expedite it? How long will it be valid? There's no answer how long it'll take. It's just no answer. Plus, with the asylum case leaving and what passport you're going to use, it's just too much of a mess. expedites are always possible, but Mike, this is just so many complex situations and no answers and certainty to any of what you're asking for. So that's that. We have a quick announcement. We have a winner for our free video consultation. Zia Farouz it was on Instagram. You're a winner of our 30-minute or 15-minute video consultation. Just take a screenshot where you're watching this so I know it's you and email it to me at info@jqqlaw.com so I know it's you. And once you get an email, I'll reply with a link to schedule a video consultation where you can talk about your case in private. For those just tuning in, we have free video consultations. I've lost track of how long this has been going, but we probably have one more to give away, free consultation. So stay tuned. We'll give it away in a couple more minutes. We're kind of off on our time. I messed up at the beginning and started the show late. But other than that, if you're interested in a marriage green card case, download the Ultimate Marriage Green Card Guide at marriageimmigrationlaw.com. Really quick on Instagram, Ziatullah says, "Hello, sir. My brother got his approval. Now he's waiting for interview. Do you what he can do? I don't know what kind of approval he got. I don't know if his interviews where it's with. I don't know his background. He should just schedule a private consultation so we see what's going on. Just not enough answers there. The question is just so vague." Ayat says, "Thank you so much for your help. You're welcome. God bless you. Thanks so much." Okay, so sorry, I was doing that. So we're about to end the show, but let's get a couple more questions in there. Let's see if there's any more popping up. Parva says, "Asylum case pending on BI. Now he's getting married to a U.S. citizen. What to do?" There's going to be a lot of issues there. One is your case is already past the immigration court. And when you get married at that point, they don't believe a relationship. So you got to prove it to a clear and convincing level and ask for a waiver and all this kind of stuff. So you got to talk with an attorney in private. This is a serious issue, and you got to work hard at it and take it from there. Bree asks, "Does the Form I-130 and K3 take long to process?" Well, it depends on what you mean by long. If, it just, some people 6 months not long, some people 3 days is long. But either way, it could be 3 months. It could be, 2 years or a year and a half. So just for the I-130, and it is what it is. It's all we have to deal with right now. El Chanon says, "Do I need a certificate of citizenship to file for my mom? I'm a U.S. citizen born outside the United States." We need some sort of proof you're a U.S. citizen. You probably have a passport, a U.S. passport. You can use that. It's better if you have a certificate of citizenship. It's better if you have a consular record of birth abroad. We want to make sure you obtain your citizenship properly, because if you didn't, they could notice that now and try to take your stuff away. So talk with a lawyer in private. That's the best thing to do. Hopefully we'll announce our last winner consultation in a few minutes. And it's up to my assistant who it is. I don't tell her what to do, but she'll announce somebody, maybe you. And Janzari asks, "Is the visa lottery still going on?" Well, it ends in early November. So yeah, check out the video that we have on YouTube on this, the green card lottery video, and it breaks everything down and it gives you the website to go to. Zalma says, "What I mean that?" I don't know what that means. So I got to skip your question. P says, "Can Indians apply for lottery visa?" No, Indian numbers are too big. Too many people from India are applying for green card lottery, so they can't do it. We have a final winner of the green card lottery. Not green card lottery. I wish I could give away green card lottery winners of our free consultation lottery. It's Ayat Fawad. We had talked at the beginning of the show. Hopefully you're still there. You're a winner for our lottery raffle. Take a screenshot of where you're watching this so I can see your username. I know it's you, and email it to me at info@jqqlaw.com. You can have a private chat and see what's going on in your case and take it from there. I'd like to get a couple more questions in there. I just got the ball rolling. We have some good questions coming. If we got a couple more, Katrina, send them my way. Moni Brad something says, "Is the government doing anything about the M400 processing times? Keep getting up 20 and a half months for NOLA, New Orleans." So the thing is, it's different. I just filed a naturalization case in Houston, Texas, and they got their appointment in 4 weeks. That blew my mind. Los Angeles last year, 6 weeks I was getting appointments. Right now it's just pending. So it's all over the place. It's all a mess. The timelines on these websites don't mean anything, so just disregard those. And if you're really frustrated and you got the money, sue them. Other than that, this is America. Money runs the place, so either you got the money to sue or you just got to wait. I don't mean rude, but that's just the reality of these timelines. There's nothing you can do other than wait. You start complaining a lot. That's another thing that helps, but not necessarily. That's just, what's happening right now. It's all we can do. But thank you for your question. Deborah asks, "What are the requirements needed to file for children of a green card holder?" Well, check out Form I-130. It has all it there. I can't give all the requirements here because you might be a nuanced part that's not helpful, but essentially you need their birth certificate to show you're really the parent. If you're a father, you need to have the marriage certificate to show you're married at the time the child was born. If you're not, it gets more complex. There's different level of complexity that happens, depends on your family situation. Also need to review the birth certificate. I find errors on birth certificates all the time. About a third of the cases we find birth certificate errors that we need to fix up. But that's so just talk to a lawyer in private. There's a lot of videos I've done on this subject that you could check out. So just handle it. The answers are out there and they're not too hard to find. Then you take a couple of questions really quick on Instagram, and then we'll go back to the general channel. Then I told us, can you send me your office address in Virginia? We don't see people in person, so it doesn't matter. We only do video consultations. And if there's a lot of fake accounts that on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, not on YouTube, but on TikTok particularly, and on Instagram, that will try to do emails only with you and just try to get your money. We always do video consultations. We want to see you. We want to know you. We want to feel a real person, not just an email address or a phone number. So we always see people like in video. We don't do in person anymore. It's just more efficient, easier just to see each other by video. But our office address does not matter for that sake. If you're interested, just email us and we'll connect with you. If you have a question about how long I-751s are taking, there's no answer to that question. Any timeline questions, there's no real reliable answers to that. So that's a bunch of questions about timelines and Instagram, so don't have answers for that. Let's take two more questions, and let's call it a day. Dam says, if you get married after filing the F-400, you have to notify them or just wait for your interview. You can just wait for your interview. It's not a big deal. You could notify them, but at the interview, they ask about marriage, you just update it there. Tired says, if my wife is not going for the interview for 10-year green card, what are my options? Well, we got to see what's going on in your relationship, why it's not going on. If there's an abuse waiver that could be used, what the proof of relationship is. We got to see why your wife's not coming. Are you getting divorced? Are you separated? It gets pretty deep. So the option is to talk with an immigration attorney who has done this, talk to 4 or 5 different people if you could, and get best judgment who can represent you the best and take it from there. This is a serious issue. It's too serious to be talked about here because you could lose your green card. This is a little more general kind of stuff. But the general is either you do some waivers if you could do it, if there's abuse or something like that. There's other kind of waivers as well. We got to look what documentation you have, relationship's real. You got to see how well you handle yourself in an interview. You could go there, and the officer might just approve it. But if you handle yourself well, we don't know. But not being there is a big minus if they call for an interview. We also have to see if you have separation or divorce started, if you're living together. So it gets pretty deep. You need to just talk with attorneys in private to try to figure out the best situation is. Really quick, we have a question here about I-751, almost 3 years waiting. You need to file, you should have done is file for citizenship if you could, for Zaman is asking, or, just file a lawsuit. If you're interested, just talk with a lawyer. He email us at info@jqklaw.com to talk about it. But you really should, you're waiting for 3 years. A live show shouldn't be the place you're going to. You got to talk with lawyers in private to deal with your case properly. Okay, everybody, let's take one more question. Mehwish asks, hello, I have a green card. Can I sponsor my parents? I'm single, mom out of 4. No, you have to be a U.S. citizen to be able to apply for your parents' green cards, okay? How many questions do we have, Katrina? We have a lot of questions. I haven't talked immigration in a bit, so I'm on vacation. I love talking about immigration. So it's like, hey, people are listening to me talking about immigration. Let's keep it going for a little bit. Actually, I have to go. So we get one more question. If not, we'll call it a day. I'm addicted to U.S. immigration law. I can't help it. Let's just leave it at that. Thank you for joking. You got one more. Dispute says, what are the processing times? Oh, that's the worst question. The processing time questions. There's no answer to that question. You just have to wait. That's the only real answer. Sid asks, hello, what lawyer do we need to hire for business and employment cases? A business and employment type immigration law lawyer, which our firm is. Well, not lawyers, a firm, and our lawyers do that stuff. So email our office at info@jqklaw.com and briefly describe the immigration type of case, whatever it is, and we'll schedule a private consultation. Fees do apply, but we'll tell you about it all during that meeting. Thank you for your question. And let's leave it at that. Our email is info@jqklaw.com. Sometimes people write G instead of Q. It's Q like Quincy or quotient, or what's a typical way? Queen. Yeah, it's Queen. The Queen just passed away, so Q like Queen. But having said that, I wish you all a good one. I'll see you all next week, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Until then, peace. Have a good one. God bless. Bye-bye.